Thank you for tuning into Seriously Podcast. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play at Seriously Podcast, as well as on the Indie Creative Network. Please like, rate, review, and subscribe, and spread the word. Let the people know about your new favorite podcast. Thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the show.
That I've never met in my head, like in my mind. I done felt them in different occasions that I won't forget. In my head, in my mind, oh, I live in
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Seriously Podcast. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Mary.
Today we are getting into Giants, which is a new web series on the Issa Rae YouTube channel. It is produced by Issa Rae and Jussie Smollett. It's created and written and directed by James Bland. Tell us about it, Mary.
The show follows three black friends as they try to navigate adulting. So the show kind of touches on topics like police brutality, mental health, black male sexual identity, and the black church.
Mm-hmm. It stars James Bland, which we all know from First. He was on that. He starred in that as well. One of our favorites. Vanessa Baden Kelly, which we know from Kenan and Kel and Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah Island. And also stars Sean Samuels. And we just know him.
We just know him.
We just know him. So today we're talking about episode 1.
Yes.
It's called Win the Day. Yeah, so let's get started.
You introduced me to your secret wife. In my mind, yeah, I just had your baby, yeah. I know I'm fucking
Alright,
crazy.
So the episode starts off, black man is just running. He's running. Like, who's chasing you?
We don't know.
He's running. He's sweating.
Running
He's
for his life.
hiding behind walls, running up the steps, like an action movie, right?
Yeah.
So then he gets to the roof of a building, and he's on the edge of the building, and he's about to jump into this pool. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, don't do it. Please,
right.
don't do it. You're going to die. Don't do it. And then he looks back because the door is about to open, and I'm like, who is it? Who is it?
What's he running from? What did he
do?
Right.
But then you also hear choppers in the air.
Yeah, police.
So I'm like, did he do something?
Yeah.
And now the police are looking for him. What's going on? So then he jumps, right? And I'm like, oh shit. But then he wakes up, so we know it's a bad dream.
Right. A nightmare,
right?
Yes.
He wakes up in the middle of the night. And he's not going back to sleep. So
he ain't going back to that.
He makes tea. He's looking on Craigslist. Don't sleep on Craigslist, guys.
No, don't do it.
You can find jobs.
You can
find jobs on Craigslist.
Little gigs.
He sees this posting on Craigslist. An artist is looking for a black male model to post nude.
Right.
And he's like, I can do this.
I can do that. That's easy. I can do it.
I can do this, right? So he goes into his bathroom. He's making the mirror shiny, clean. Mm-hmm. Throw that Windex on that. Bright like a diamond. Then he strips down. He starts taking some flicks. He's like, nah, I'm not really confident in this.
Right,
and then he's beating his meat.
Yeah.
To make it hard. He's like, I got to get her the perfect picture.
Let her know.
So then he goes back to his tea. He has this book that he's reading, The Alchemist, and he's not going back to sleep. He ends up reading the entire book all night.
I didn't realize that, did
Yeah, I think he read the entire book.
Oh my God, yeah.
Then he gets this text message from his friend Ade, and he's like, I left my ballet shoes at your place. Can you come bring it to me or whatever? And then this guy, the main character's name is Malachi.
Yes.
So Malachi's like, I got you, whatever. Then he gets a response from the job posting, and they set up a time for him to meet the artist. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, you got a job.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Good for you. Good morning. So he goes to his roommate's room to wake her up, Journee, which is Jussie Smollett's sister's name. We see what y'all did there. So she's like, I'm not doing it today. I'm sick. He's like, girl, if you don't get up, come on, they're going to fire you if you don't get up. She's like, I'm not doing it. You can't make me. So he shuffles her up and starts spraying water on her. Like, girl, get up. I'm not playing with you.
Get your butt up.
He got to dad mode.
Right.
He was like, we're not doing this today. So
he said they're gonna fire you if you don't go in because you haven't been in all week.
Yeah, all week.
All week?
All week. She ain't getting no paycheck. She ain't been in. Yeah.
She just in bed. Her room is a mess.
A mess.
Bra on the post of the bed. Clothes
then
everywhere.
I think there was another bra on like the door.
On the door,
like, girl.
yeah. He has to like pick out clothes for her. He's sniffing it to see if it's clean.
Right.
You don't know what's clean and what's dirty.
He's like, put this deodorant on.
Yeah.
Like, this girl,
you stink. Put some deodorant on.
So she says fine, like she's gonna go. So Malachi leaves. He goes to his his little gig. And he goes in. He feasts his eyes on this like dream catcher.
Yes.
And then the artist comes in, so she starts telling him about like dream catchers and what they do. Catch the bad dreams, let the good dreams fall. He's like, "Does that work?" I'm like, "You better buy a few."
You need to ask her how much is it.
How much?
You need
that
one.
nightmare you had. You need a couple of them.
You couldn't go back to sleep, baby.
So then the artist, her name is Journee. She's like telling him like, you're perfect, you're tall, you're real, I always tell my models to give it to me raw. I like raw so I can feel it. And he's like, raw? Like, what kind of...
Girl, what you talking about?
She's like, not like that unless we got wine.
Ma'am. This is your employee for the day.
Calm down, ma'am. So, she sets him up to get undressed and everything. And they're like having small talk. And she tells him like the painting is for a collection she's doing called Black Bodies Matter. She's like, it's my artistic expression to police brutality and the senseless killings of Black men in this country. And she's like, I'm sure you heard of Mike Brown and Eric Garner. I'm like, did she think she was putting him on? Like, he know about this stuff, girl. So he's like, I would have to be living under a rock to not know. Like, come on. So she starts to talk to him about how she don't know how anybody can look at what's going on and not be heartbroken about like, the senseless killings. And what shocked her the most was the racist and sensitive comments she saw on Facebook from people that she thought she knew. So she had to unfriend some people real quick. Yeah. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm not about this. So she's like, I thought racism ended with Barack Obama.
Girl, you've been living in a bubble then.
Girl, like...
You thought Obama ended racism?
Yeah. I guess, that was a big step forward, but that did not end nobody's racism because it was still out there heavy.
She was naive as hell.
Yeah, she was. She was.
So then, I think...
Okay, no. So she said, thought racism ended with Barack Obama. She said, but sadly, I was wrong based on the events of the last year. So Malachi was like, but more importantly, these events of last year prove that racism still exists within our judicial system. I'm like, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Yeah.
So he goes through this whole spiel about like, unarmed Black men being gunned down by the men that's supposed to protect them.
Right. He's like they were given like a death sentence before like any questions were asked, before
given
like
a trial.
being arrested, before given a trial, anything
that was
like
deep.
That was deep. And then he said like, I can be shot at any moment because of the color of my skin. Like I'm considered a threat. And like where's the justice for me in that? Like that's unfair.
I could be shot at any point because I'm Black, because I'm tall, because I'm 6'5", because I look like a threat. So what does that mean for me? Where are my rights? Where's the justice for me in any of that? That's why you have people storming the streets screaming no justice, no peace, because this whole innocence until proven guilty thing, it's a farce in this country when it comes to people of color.
He's dropping gems in
here.
Gems.
And then he said, which like kills me, he's like, Miss Justice may be legally blonde, but the bitch can see color really well. And when it comes to the Black and brown, Miss Thing never loved us.
They never loved us.
Journee was just like, okay, let's get started.
Right, she said, I see it sparked a nerve there. Let's just get started.
Because she blonde. She can't say shit.
Right.
Let's get started.
After this long rant, let's just get started.
Girl, you brought it up.
Yeah,
you should have never brought it up.
You started this conversation. Now you can't handle it, Mom? Because he got emotional. Yeah. He got real quick.
Real quick.
She was like, that's not what I wanted to do.
No, that's not how I saw this coming, because when I first brought up Mike Brown and Tamir Rice, I thought that I would be schooling you.
Right. I thought I was schooling you. Now you want to school me?
You schooled me. And
so let's just start painting.
Yeah.
Just sit over here.
And that was like a really vulnerable moment for him, because he just like spilled out his emotions. Yeah. And now he's like sitting naked in front of her. So I was just like, damn.
That was deep.
Mm. So Malachi, he like meets up with his friend Ade. Mm-hmm. He's near his job. He's like, I got your ballet shoes. Come upstairs or whatever. So he texts him. He's by the edge, and I'm like, boy, move away from there.
Right.
You've been dreaming about edges.
Exactly.
So Ade, he's working 2 jobs. He's waitressing and he's also
a little bit of a struggle. Because he said
he's teaching ballet,
cut his classes. And then we find out, like, his dad cut him off. The dad was like, you know, you need to chill with all that dancing that you're doing.
Right.
I pay for a master's degree, you need to use it.
Your pop still got you cut off?
Yeah, bro, he's not even talking to me right now.
Y'all reaching out to him lately?
It's no use. Unless I put this master's degree he paid for to use, he has nothing to say to me. His words, not mine.
Oh, wow.
He said me pursuing dance professionally is like a slap in his face. I get that he sacrificed a lot to put me through school or whatever, but how can he be mad at me for doing something that makes me happy? Or accuse me of ruining my life for doing what I love?
So here come Malachi. Homeboy keep a gem in his pocket at all times. Okay? He's like, listen, it's not that you ruining your life, rather the life that he imagined for you.
Yes. He's like, my pops was the same before he passed.
Right? When I quit Christianity.
I said, what?
He said he was a pastor, so that was a ultimate slap in the face. Mm-hmm.
I said, what? Oh, and then, okay, so Ade, he has to go back to work. He's like, I'm going to check you out later or whatever. So then Malachi's like, you know, we kicking it at the crib tonight if you want to come through. Ade said, like, I can't tonight because I have a date. And Malachi's like, with who? And Ade's like, don't worry about it. Stay on my business. Bro.
Right, mind your business.
So then...
Malachi is home and Journee comes strolling in.
Strolling?
Girl. He was like, why you not at work? She's like, I tried, but I couldn't stop the car. He's like, what? Like, your brakes went out?
Like,
like, do we need to go to a
here.
mechanic? Like, what's happening? What do you mean it didn't stop? She's like, no, I literally couldn't stop it. So I drove around until I got tired. Now I'm here.
Drove around until you
got tired.
Now you're here?
You're here. Okay. She was able to stop it.
Yeah, she was able to stop because she ended up home.
So he's like, girl, this sounds like a bunch of excuses. It sounds like you're making up stories because you don't want to own up to what you got to do in your life.
Right.
I feel like you just make up stories sometimes as a way out because you don't want to own up or just do what the fuck you're supposed to do in life.
I know what it probably sounds like, and fuck, it's gonna sound so stupid to you. It's just that job or fuck any job like that where I'm just going in to like get a paycheck and I'm not really doing what I'm supposed to be doing, whatever the fuck that is, and it just feels like they're like triggers for me. Like I go there and I walk in there and it's like I'm just falling into a deeper depression.
And that's real too.
That is
like
real.
I feel like a lot of people can relate to that where there's like you feel like you're not doing anything,
Right.
like you're like a robot.
Exactly. Like, just come to work, come home, like a cycle.
Yeah, she's like, you know, I know you had me move in with you to help with the rent, and I promise I am, but like, I just couldn't. I'm
Right.
sorry.
I couldn't win today.
I couldn't win today.
So I was like,
He ain't
"That's
got the
cool."
time. He
like,
left.
Yeah, but he said it's cool, but in reality, he's like, but that rent still needs to be paid.
Right, girl.
And I just made $300 from the little thing, but that's not gonna cover all the rent.
Exactly.
I'm struggling too, girl.
We all struggling.
So then, next scene.
Malachi, he on Craigslist again. He
Yeah.
stay on Craigslist, y'all. Stay getting these gigs.
Yes, I ain't even
And
mad.
then Journee have the nerve to say, if you find anything, let me know.
Let me know.
Girl, you need to keep your regular
Yes.
job.
She's like, cause I just got fired, so she's so chill.
She said they fired me.
Yeah, she said don't bother coming in. And you okay with that, girl?
You're laying on the couch playing with your hair. Talking about I just got fired.
Girl, come on.
So then Malachi's like, all right, I'm gonna make you feel better.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some Hennessy floats.
Right.
Right.
She's
So it's
like,
ice
sign
cream
me
and
up.
Hennessy together. So then she asks like, is Ade coming over? And he's like, nah, he got a date. She's like, with the girl?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yep. So then they sitting down, they're eating their Hennessy float, and Malachi's basically like, listen, like, I'm sorry about your job.
Right.
But listen, you got one day to like cry your heart out.
Give you one day.
One day to be depressed, do what you got to do. But after that, like, get your ass up and pick up these pieces.
Right.
Because
we're a team here.
we're a team. We got to figure out, you know, how to make our dreams come true.
Yes.
It really sucks about your job.
Yes, it does.
You gonna be all right?
I'm gonna have to be right.
You get one day. Tomorrow you can stay in bed all day. You can cry, throw up, do whatever it is you do when you're depressed. But after that, you're gonna have to pick up the pieces. And we gotta figure out how to make our fucking dreams come true. Deal?
Deal.
And I'm like, that's a real friend.
That's
right
a real friend. I'm gonna give you a day. I'm gonna
a
let you
day.
have it.
I'm going to give you a day.
Well, we're going to pick up these pieces.
Yeah.
We're going to work together. So, knock at the door. It's today. He's back from his date, but he don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're like, how is it?
He's hush-hush about it.
Talk about. Right. He's real secretive. So they all joking around and, kikiing. Then they all fall asleep on the couch. And then, so we're back in like Malachi's dream from the beginning. He jumps into the water, but in reality, it's like he's really drowning in his sleep. So he's like not breathing and, it gets really scary. And Journee and Ade is like, wake up, wake up. So it's like, call the police. So he's like not breathing at all.
Right.
So we don't know what's going on. And the episode ends.
That's how it ends, y'all.
That's how it ends. So a really good episode. So now let's get into the questions, comments, and concerns.
In my mind, all the time, I write all these rhymes. No one knows that I cry with these songs in my mind, but wasn't forecast. I don't think I'd be here to spaz and spit so gracefully. I spit so gracefully.
Don't forget, you guys can be a part of the conversation too and send us your QCC so we can read them all on the show and share our thoughts. Email us at Seriously Podcast or DM, comment, or tweet us at Seriously Podcast. All right, so now we're going to get into the question, comments, and concerns. Okay, and we have our wonderful assistant here, Cherie. She's going to join us. So my first question is, what's going on with Malachi? He going through a lot.
He got problems.
He do.
He left the black church.
He left the black church.
Wow.
So I'm intrigued to know, like, what the drowning in his dream signify. Like, does he feel overwhelmed with everything? That he's just drowning in his life? Like, what's going on?
I think that's like an anxiety dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. It's anxiety. I mean, freaking Journee not trying to help him with the bills.
No.
He got to pose nude for people.
Yes.
He got to
drop knowledge on
drop
them.
knowledge, drop gems. Like, I mean, he's stressed.
It's a lot. Yeah, it is.
He's stressed.
I'm concerned, Miss Journee. If your depression is like, this intense, like, where it made you lose your job, I feel like she needs to seek professional help. Like,
yeah. Immediately, I wanted to slap her when he was trying to get her out her bed, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not going in." And then he said, "Well, you haven't been in all week,
right.
So what is it?" You're talking about you're not feeling well, but you look completely fine. So what is it?
And the way she came strolling in.
In.
And also, I think she needs to find her passion, like what it is that you want to do, so you don't feel like you're just coming in the job to get money. Like, go, find a job.
At one point, were you happy?
Yeah.
If that, find that place and then, do something with that, because clearly this job that you had, it wasn't making you happy. So, right. I mean, it's kind of a win that you're not working, but you still need to make money.
Yeah. You do, and you're helping him, and he can't, pay for the 2-bedroom house.
He can't be posing nude all the time.
Yeah, no,
he just seek professional help.
I really think she needs to talk to someone professionally, because it's not healthy for you to just be in your bed all week. You lost your job.
Yeah, talk to someone that's going to be willing to understand what you're going through, and not just like, you got to get up and go do this,
right?
Because that's easier said than done.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is something that she's battling with.
Yeah, right. if it's depression, it's mental, and it's like you just can't get up and do it. Like you really have to address what's going on with you mentally.
Yeah. I've never been in a place like that, and I never want to be, where it's like every day I don't want to go to work. I'm gonna be honest, but I go to work because I have bills to pay.
Exactly.
But for her to just be like, "Oh, I haven't been in all week," like I could never be that type of person.
I can't imagine.
I'm so scared of sometimes missing a day, working from home or something like that. For her to just be like, whatever, I'm not going in, I don't feel well.
Yeah,
it's
that's something
that's
deep.
different, girl.
Yeah.
I don't know that life.
And she was saying something about that these are triggers. So, like...
What are you talking about?
I guess he's like thinking about work triggers her depression.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she couldn't stop. Like she physically couldn't stop the car. What are you talking about? I don't know that deep. Life.
And then Malachi, he's trying to be a good friend, but like you said,
he's still babying her at the same time. Like he gets that she needs to do it herself, and he can't really be her dad because he's just not her dad.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know.
Because it's more than just, do what you gotta do, cry, be depressed for a day.
But what are you crying from? You chose not to go to work.
But she can't because she, depressed and she hates her job.
Yeah, it's not like
I need to hear more from her about that. Like, why do you hate your job? What is it about your job that you don't like?
It's not her passion.
Yeah.
Because she said herself, like, I'm doing whatever, like, I'm not doing, whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing. She don't even know. She's in a place where she don't know what she wants to do with her life.
And that's real. Like, you're in your mid-20s, you get to a point where you don't know what you want to do.
Right, because you had a plan.
What's your life about.
You had a plan.
It's just not going as planned.
Right. It's just, it is difficult. Yeah. But it's like, girl, we all going through that. You're not the only one. Look at Malachi.
But he's on Craigslist.
He's on Craigslist.
But then again, like when people do things like, "Oh, we're all going through this. You ain't the only one." She's living her life.
I understand.
So
that.
like you can't compare what she's going through to what another person is doing because she can only experience her own life. And her depression is affecting her to the point that she doesn't want to get out of bed. So I'm assuming that it's something something severe, something deep.
Yeah.
It's deeper than just, I hate my job.
Yeah, it's definitely. Definitely. So I don't know if it's
explore that.
Hopefully by episode 2 we get some more insight. A day question for you. What happened on this date? Why you don't want to talk about it? Why are you so secretive?
Who's the girl?
Who's the guy?
I mean, I don't know. Who is it? A day?
Is it?
Who?
A day. And call your daddy.
Yeah. Well, the dad, he said, because Malachi asked him, like, have you reached out to him? He's like, it's a lost cause. It's done. But maybe the dad won't pick up. The dad probably don't want to talk to him until you use this master's degree.
What is the master's degree?
What's the master's degree?
Yeah, what did he get the master's
degree
in?
Probably
business,
law. The generic.
That
your parents want you to be.
But you can be successful and be a dancer, but I guess he has old-fashioned parents.
Yeah. But I guess he doesn't want to do anything else but dance. I guess if it was a side thing, like he just did on side, his dad probably wouldn't mind it so much. But it's like, all he want to do, he just want to dance. That's it.
Yeah.
Just want to dance.
That's it. That's all the boy want to do.
I get it.
What else you got?
Well, my concern is, I was telling Brittany this is, like, who is this show geared towards? Like, who is the intended audience? Because, like, what's his name? Malachi? His whole spiel or rant or whatever you want to call it about, the political issues that are happening in our world. Like, who is this for? Like, is it for a black audience? Because if so, we already know this.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not going to say...
Jenny didn't know. That's what it was.
But Jenny knew, but I guess that's why it was there is for people like Jenny. So I'm guessing
that's
like
naive.
Living in a bubble.
Yeah. But sometimes when I see things like that, I just get so like, stop explaining to these people that are just being willfully ignorant.
Right.
Let them go and find it themselves. Because we can't always continue to hold their hand through these kind of political, social issues.
Right.
Let them, like, growing up as a, a person of color, we always know about white shit.
Yeah.
But if you tell them, oh, did you see this episode of Living Single or The Parkers? They look at you like, So like, we always have to know their stuff, but therefore they never know ours.
Right.
So I'm kind of just over that whole explaining everything to people who are just willfully ignorant.
Yeah. Because even with Jenny, she was like, let's get started. Like, she didn't really...
She didn't have a response.
Get into it. Like, she had nothing else to say.
I wonder if, like, Issa is... My fault, it's Wise. Yeah. No, I wonder if Issa's, like, taking advantage of, like, the newfound fame. Like, everyone already knew that shit. Well, we knew what she did already prior to Insecure, but a lot of people outside of her regular audience knows her now. So maybe she's taking advantage of the opportunity and saying, look, like, you know what? I know some of y'all who understand or who, like, know on a high level, but look, this is actually what actually happens, whatever. She utilizing that the new target audience or the new audience in general.
Well, this is more James Bland's production. Like he wrote it and created it. I think it's just like more on Issa Channel.
Yeah,
because this
she's like
she has the platform.
Okay.
She's the platform that's giving this artist his.
Yeah, because he's been working on this project for years.
Yeah, so
years.
At least 2-3 years.
So I wouldn't even say that like this is Issa's like
no
like this is not her writing or anything of that nature. It's this
James Bland.
Yeah, it's James Bland's thing. So
yeah, but it's still curated to be on Issa's channel.
Right.
Though. That's kind of like the point I'm getting at. Because like she may not have to have her hand in it, but like she definitely is the one who said, "Yo, this show fits within my brand."
Yeah, right. And that's why I'm like, who is this for? Because like I said, we as I guess Black people or people of color. I would say majority, not all, because there are still some that are still pretty ignorant to these things, towards these things. We know this. Yeah. So why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
And it makes me think, like, is this not for me? Because you're telling me something that I already know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
What if it's tackling the complexities of having that conversation with your white friend?
Yeah. A way to show it.
I guess, yeah, that. But like, she ain't his white friend. She's just some random lady that I'm not going up to
low-key went off.
Going up to some...
Yeah, hit a nerve. Yeah. Well, maybe this is for him. Maybe he never got to say this. So
it's just been like bottled up.
Yeah, so like this is a moment. Since we talk about it,
it wasn't the moment because I mean that was still a job.
She started it,
but
she started it because she thought she was doing something cute with her little art project.
Right.
Black Bodies Matter.
Yeah,
she thought she was hitting it.
Yeah, like all right, sis, we
like,
get
girl,
it.
I'm woke.
Yeah, I'm
woke just like you.
Yeah, look at my art project.
Black Bodies Matter. It's so insensitive.
Clever turn of phrase.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
I feel you.
Because you have to be skeptical of people like this.
Do.
Yes, you have to be like, what is your
open?
Yeah, what is your intention? Like, like,
are you just doing it just to say, just to do it?
Yeah, or do you really mean what you say? Because she's talking to him like, oh, did you hear what happened with
right, like because he's Black, you feel you have to talk about this.
That too.
Yeah,
that too. And it's just like, we don't always have to talk about this. Like,
I was here talking about Dreamcatcher.
Yeah, and then you're coming with this whole Black Bodies Matter to Eric Garner.
Did ask her like, "What is this for?"
Yeah.
Okay,
and she said, "For her collection of Black Bodies Matter."
Get that trash out of here.
Oh my God. I would have given her the side eye, like, "Where you come from doing that?" Like, because literally, as a white woman. Sorry, but where do you come from doing that?
As a white woman trying to make a profit off of Black bodies, and that's always something that happens in our culture or just in society, like white people profiting off of Black people. And so I'm just like, what are your intentions? Like, I assume her intentions are sincere because she knows,
right?
But just like you always have to like.
Yeah. Side eye them, one eye open.
Yeah, okay, girl.
Is it real?
You with me or you with me?
Yeah.
You with me or you with me? Right. You got anything else?
Scared for Malachi. That's very scary to be like deep in a dream like that.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like.
Yeah.
That scared the hell out of me.
What is happening with that dream that like it's affecting him in like the real world?
Yeah, like you're deep in your subconscious. If you like, come on, Inception.
Come on, Inception. I've had dreams or nightmares where you fall and you wake up like, whoa, felt like I was falling. But
I've had dreams where it's like you feel like you're being held down.
Oh yeah.
I hear about those.
Those are the worst.
Those are so scary.
Oh my God, where like you want to move but you can't move, and like you're telling your body to move, but it can't.
It just cannot.
It's like
move.
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
Like you feel like somebody's just on your back, and you have like this creepy feeling above your neck. It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Oh my gosh.
So that's scary to me. Yeah. But for this is worse. I feel like.
Cause like he wasn't breathing.
Yeah. He doesn't even know where he is. Like, well, he really thinks he's in that pool.
Yeah. Drowning,
not even trying to get up.
No, right.
He's
letting himself drown.
He's letting himself drown.
That's deep. Good catch. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
So what I want to know is like what's really affecting him in his real life that he's having like this, this crazy
Black church.
No, because he's out here trying to help his friends. You need to help yourself. Something's going on with your life.
I mean,
if he doesn't have a steady job. and she just quit her. How are they affording this apartment in LA?
2 bedrooms.
Yeah, because LA is like they live in LA. It's LA,
it's
right?
LA.
Yeah, LA is like New York. Like,
yeah.
if you don't got bread, you cannot live nowhere.
You can't.
So
they're about to get put out. So then maybe that's why he's drowning.
I guess the struggles of trying to survive.
Trying to survive.
I want to know what their dream is. Because remember he said, like, we got to make our dreams come true. Like, what's his dream? Like, is he an actor? Is he a model? Like, what is he trying to what is he trying to be?
I think the modeling gig, like, I could
like
do
a
it.
side thing, yeah.
He didn't have headshots. You taking selfies on the
in
phone.
the bathroom.
So I think it's just like, something I'm doing.
I'm tall. I'm black.
Right. I'm good looking. I could do it.
And
why? I don't know what it is that they like. I don't know if they came from someplace else and they moved to LA for a reason. Like, why are you guys there? Like, what is it that you guys are planning on doing with your lives?
Yeah.
And why is the show called Giants? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, like you guys
tackling.
We don't know.
Tackling something.
Tackling the giants and the demons in your life. Yeah.
Okay.
Being an adult, it's hard.
Okay.
I know this for a fact.
I live it. But I mean, I'm excited to see what is to come. I think everything will fall into place as the season comes along.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like it'll. Like for me personally, like the premiere episode was a rocky start. Like it didn't draw me in like completely, but I believe the show has potential. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to see where it's going.
Beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, great cinematography. Yeah, definitely.
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you are enjoying the show, please rate us on iTunes, follow us on SoundCloud, and hit those like buttons on there too. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Bye. All you need is love, baby boy. Baby boy. All you need is love, baby boy. All you need is love. Don't worry about a glove.